Hi everybody, I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show, where we watch old 16mm films and we survive the storm. Mostly there's some water in the basement that we are dealing with right now. Thankfully no no trees hit the archive, so thumbs up. We didn't even lose power, which is kind of crazy. Wow, I did not set up any films for today. So I guess we're going to go to the film scanner and watch this film. Let's see. When I turn this off. This is called Sniffles, Sneezes, and Contagious Diseases. Enjoy.
We gotta be fast and quiet.
Before the evil Wooglies discover we've got the princess.
I like being rescued.
Lieutenant, watch out! There's a body interceptor beam coming at us. Duck!
Boy, those aliens have got some tricks. Commander, they'll hear us.
Watch out, here they come.
Choo-choo.
Bing! Take that, evil Woogly. Bing! I got him.
What's the matter, Commander?
I don't feel good.
Look after him, Princess. I'll cover you.
Come on, Commander. I'll take care of you on the spaceship.
When you think of how you're growing, it should come as no surprise. The more we learn about ourselves, the more we realize. It helps to be health-wise. We're growing health-wise. It helps to be health-wise. Health-wise. There's lots of folks who'll help us grow. We'll help ourselves because we know if we're happy and healthy too, our bodies will do what we want them to. It helps to be health-wise. We're growing health-wise. It helps to be health-wise. Health-wise.
It's okay, Commander. We made it to the spaceship. As well as being a princess, I'm also a doctor.
I'll keep a watch out for the Wooglies.
Now, what did my doctor say the last time I saw her? Oh, I know. Have you been feeling any different lately?
I'm all stuffed up. I got a sore throat and I ache all over.
Do you feel more tired than usual?
You know I went to bed early last night.
Just answer the doctor's questions, please.
There's not a Woogly in sight. We must have scared them off. How's the commander?
I am about to make a diagnosis. He's sick. I think you have the common cold.
What causes a cold, Doctor?
Oh, shoot, he would have to ask me that. I think, but I am not positive, that a cold is caused by germs.
Right, lady. Princess or doctor, she's got smarts. And I'll fill you in on germs, seeing as how I am one myself. Some of my friends think I'm a bug. Ah, a microscope. And now you're gonna see a real germ. Yep, there it is. That is a virus germ. And germs are all over the place. We live in soil, in water, in animals and people, and even, oh yeah, even in the air you breathe. Now some germs are goody-goody germs, but not me, boy. If me and my pals invade you, we make you wheeze and sneeze and feel real cruddy.
I think they've invaded me.
That sounds like the space war we've been playing.
But what kind of weapons do we have to defend ourselves with?
Look closely. Bodies have many defenses against germs. Our eyes blink themselves clean. Ears and noses have little hairs. Not all germs make you sick. Some help you. But to fight troublesome germs, we need lots of defenses. Our mouths are defended by saliva or spit that washes the germs to our stomachs. There, the germs are killed by gastric juices. And sometimes we blow other germs right back out again. But what happens when bad germs get past our defenses? Imagine these germs have just got past, and now they're floating around inside you. Then our body's immune system takes over. To fight the germs, you begin to make antibodies, special shaped defenders to fight these particular germs. The antibodies tackle the germs and subdue them. The germs can't move. Now it's time for the white blood cells. They pick up the clumps of antibodies and germs and dispose of them. So much for that attack.
If we've got all that protection, how come we ever get sick?
Yeah, and I feel sick. I'm hot, and my throat's really sore.
We don't have common colds on planet Zorto. Now, if you had a case of the dreaded yellow warbles disease, I could help you.
Aw, come on, Squirt.
Since I am an expert in interplanetary diseases and not the common cold, I'm stumped.
Time to see Dr. Jonas?
Yeah, I don't like it when my patients get sick.
You sure have a rotten cold, Spinner.
What really is a cold, Dr. Jonas?
Yeah, what happens?
A cold's an infection of the nose and throat. Tell you what, Spinner, let's have a look at this, and it'll give you an idea of what's happening inside you right now.
Sometimes germs get past the immune system defenses and take over for a while. We call this an infection. But the body has another way to fight back. It's called the inflammatory reaction. When you have a cold, the blood vessels in your nose and throat get wider and become superhighways for the army of antibodies and white blood cells to get to the fight. And fight they do. So no wonder your nose and throat get sore. They've become a battleground.
Your body is a great fighter, you know. It's always defending you against aliens.
We were pretending to fight aliens this morning.
And now my body's fighting aliens for real. But how come I feel so hot? I haven't been running.
Good question. You know your body gets hot when you're playing hard, but why should it heat up like that even when you're not exercising?
Coming to play, Sally? No, I don't feel well.
When your body's fighting an infection, it gets all of its systems to work faster.
Yeah, you do have a little fever.
And all that hard work heats you up, and you get a fever.
How about you?
Having a fever is making Sally feel rotten right now, but it's also another way her body is fighting back.
How come you cough and sneeze so much when you got a cold?
Coughing and sneezing is an automatic way of clearing out those hard-working white blood cells. 'Cause once they've done their work, you don't need them anymore.
Do you sneeze out germs, too?
Oh, yes. Lots of them. That's how colds get passed around. They're contagious.
Sally's cold got worse, and so her mom took her to the doctor.
Tell me, is your cold, where is it? Is it in your nose or your throat or your chest? Whereabouts is this awful thing?
I think it's in my nose.
Is your nose all pluggied up?
Yeah.
And your throat is a bit scratchy and hurts?
Yes.
Oh, that's not very good. No. Tell me, Sally, have you had any trouble eating the last couple of days? Has your throat been sore?
No.
Okay, Sally. Let's start off. I'll have a look at your ears, dear. Well, that one doesn't look too bad. Let's look at the other side now, dear. Oh, fine. Good. You don't have
When the
your ears
doctor
pierced.
looks into Sally's ears and nose, he notices they look red and a little sore inside. He can tell Sally's body has already started fighting back.
That's kind of stuffed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the cold is. Let me see your teeth. Okay. Is your throat getting kind of sore?
Hello.
A little bit. Well, let's hope your cold goes away. Okay, Sally, let's have a listen to your chest, and I'll listen to your heart and to your lungs with my stethoscope. You've had this done before, haven't you?
Yes.
Sure. Your heart sounds pretty good, you know that, dear? Now take a big deep breath, and I can hear those lungs. With your mouth open, please. Good girl. And again. And now we'll do the same thing with your hair. And I'll do your back. Okay, big breath now. Fine. Well, Sally, I guess you're right. You've got a cold. Okay, now after you get dressed, I'll speak to you and your mommy and daddy, and we'll talk to you about medicine and what to do. But while I've got you, I wanted to talk to you about not giving your cold to anybody else. Now, colds are contagious. That means that they're catchy, and other kids can catch it. Now, I think what I would really like you to do is maybe stay home from school for a couple of days, so then you'll stay away from other kids, and we won't have the problem of them getting sick, okay? Now, also, when you cough or when you sneeze and you use a tissue, don't stick it up your sleeve or put it in your pocket. Throw it away, and then wash your hands afterwards. So then you get all the germs off your hands, and things that you touch won't have the germs on them. And I guess also it would be a very good idea if you're having a drink, either to use a paper cup and throw that away, or use your own cup, so you won't have to use anybody else's and spread the cold germs around. And the same thing is that when you're getting washed, use your own towel, so the germs don't get onto the towel and onto other people. And I think if you do that, you'll get over your cold, and no one else will catch it, so they won't call you Catchy Sally. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, love.
And that's all there is to it. Sally can go outside, but she has to stay away from her friends for a couple of days.
Come out to play? I can't. I'm contagious.
The last thing Sally'd want would be to give her cold to her friends.
Is Spinner contagious?
Yes. And you may get his cold. It depends how well your own immune system is working.
Do I need any penicillin?
No, you don't need antibiotics because you have a cold virus. A decongestant will get rid of your stuffiness, and aspirin will help your aches and fever. A fever makes your body use up a lot of fluids, so you need to replace them by taking plenty of liquids. Things like juices, grandma's chicken soup, popsicles.
Popsicles?
Sure. When they melt, you're getting fluid. You might want to avoid milk for a day or so. Sometimes it doesn't sit too well when you're sick.
Do I get off school?
Yes, just for a couple of days. And you need to have extra rest, too, because fighting alien germs takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Sally's feeling better. In a couple of days, her cold was over, and she was ready to go back to school. And the best part was, her friends didn't even catch it.
I'm okay now. Infections don't last forever, and we all get sick sometimes. Space Commander, we need your help. I'm off to fight the aliens, the pretend ones. See ya.
When you think of how you're growing, it should come as no surprise. The more we learn about ourselves, the more we realize. It helps to be health-wise. We're growing health-wise. It helps to be health-wise. Health-wise.
And then I look up and I see a topless girl. I would like to live in a world where that's not a problem, because kids are topless. It's not sexual. It's just kids at the doctor. But guess what? We don't live in that society. So I had to try to block it, but maybe too little, too late. I don't know. So this next film, I'm hoping, won't have any underage nudity in it. I'm really hoping. This is Creating with Textures. Enjoy.
Almost everything we can see has a surface. Texture is a word we use to describe the way these surfaces appear. If we pass our hand over a surface, we can tell whether it is smooth or rough or in between. We can tell whether it is hard or soft or in between. Let's look at some textures and touch them. Starting with a milk carton and some clay, we can make a mold for a rough texture. We'll use plaster of Paris to fill the mold. Now that we've investigated some rough textures, can you think of things that have smooth textures? We can combine smooth textures, colored plastic, a coat hanger, and some thread to create a mobile. What other kinds of textures are there? There are textures with soft surfaces. Choosing yarn, we can make a dog with a soft texture. Just as there are textures with soft surfaces, there are textures with hard surfaces. Using wood is one way to create a texture with a hard surface. There are many textures all around you. Exploring them will help you put textures together in many creative ways.
So that intro and outro music shows up in a lot of films that we have. It is definitely what we call production music or library music, and it is generally what gets YouTube flagging our content, not giving us a copyright strike, but it definitely says like, hey, you're using this music. And even though it's only at the beginning and the end, they're like, so whatever revenue you would make off of this, we're actually going to give to this other company who made this music. And it's like, why don't we split it up? Why don't we divvy it? Anyways, have another film on the scanner. Again, hopefully no nudity in this one. This is I Am Not Going to Smoke. Enjoy.
Chuck, and I don't smoke. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but right now I figure I'm not ever going to smoke. It's no big deal with me. I've heard about smoking and lung cancer and heart attacks and all that stuff, but I don't really understand most of it. The reason I'm not going to smoke is my dad. He's really great, and we do a lot of neat things together. Just after school started this year, there was a big mess about some kids smoking in the schoolyard. My dad heard about it, and we talked about smoking. He didn't exactly tell me not to smoke, but I know he doesn't want me to. So, I made up my mind. I'm not going to smoke. Once in a while, something happens, though. Like today, Ted and Dave and I were at the ballpark, waiting for some more kids to show up so we could play ball. No, I don't want it.
Come on, take it.
Okay.
I got matches. Okay.
Can't take it, eh, Chuck?
What's wrong, man?
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll let yours for you, okay?
Oh,
Thanks, yeah. Hey, aren't you gonna pick it up?
No way, that hurts.
You mean you're gonna waste a good cigarette? It's okay, look.
No, I don't want to, honest.
I thought you wanted to take up smoking.
I thought I did. I guess I changed my mind.
How come? It's not bad when you get used to it. Yeah, come on, try it.
Hey, come on, you guys. You want to play ball?
Hey, no kidding. I don't really want to try.
I'm Linda. I don't smoke. I tried smoking a cigarette about a month ago, but all I did was choke. I didn't like it, so I didn't try it again. Anyway, it's stupid to start smoking, even though my friends make fun of me sometimes. Funny part of it is, though, the kids that try to bug me into starting are the ones who keep saying they can stop smoking anytime they want. Trouble is, they can't. I can bug them right back now, but I didn't used to. I figured they wouldn't like me if I didn't smoke, but I found out that wasn't true.
Hey, Linda, you got any money?
What for? Cigarettes. We're all out. Nobody's got any money. Not enough to buy a package of cigarettes, anyway.
Why should I buy cigarettes? I don't smoke.
That's for sure. Remember when Linda used to smoke?
That's okay. I did the same thing the first time I tried smoking, too. You have to keep trying. It doesn't take long.
Keep trying? What for? I didn't want to smoke in the first place.
Here we go again. Linda's about to make another one of her speeches about not smoking. Come on, we get enough of that garbage at school.
Now, wait a minute. I think Linda's right.
Sure you do. You don't smoke either, right? Listen, let's forget the speeches. Linda, what we want to know is, do you have any money?
No.
You mean no money for cigarettes or no money, period?
Come on, Andy. That's not fair.
You know something? Fran, you're right. Hey, let's go find something to do. I'm sick of hanging around here. Good idea. Come on, everybody.
I figured they wouldn't like me if I didn't smoke, but I found out that wasn't true.
My name is Penelope, but everybody calls me Penny. I'm almost 12 years old, and I'm in grade 7 at school. Some of the kids I go to school with smoke, and some don't. I don't, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to either.
I almost did, though, a while ago. I live with my parents and my little brother in an apartment that's too small for us. My mother and father both smoke, and our apartment always smells like old cigarette butts. Mom and Dad both go to work, so I have some jobs to do around the house. One of my jobs is to clean up the kitchen after school, so it will be ready when Mom comes home from work to get supper. Just about every day, there's a dirty ashtray with a couple of cigarette butts in it. What's such a big deal about smoking? Doctors say it's bad for your health. It makes everything smell terrible, and it's just plain dirty. Last Monday, when I was cleaning up, I saw a cigarette on the table with some matches. All of a sudden, I started to think about smoking it. Nobody would know. I was just going to light the cigarette, and then I looked at that ashtray. I thought about the TV show I saw, where people's lungs were all black from smoking. That did it. There's no way I want my lungs to look like that. I put out the match and put back the cigarette. I think if I was ever going to try smoking, it would have been then. And I guess there'll be other times when I'll be wondering what it's like to smoke. But I've made up my mind and I'm going to stick to it. I'm not even going to try.
I don't smoke. I'm not going to. My name is Jim. I'm in training. Right now, I'm training for the inter-school swim competitions coming up. I'm really looking ahead to a lot more than that. Someday I want to swim the Olympics.
Now, turn, quit. Now use those arms, faster, keep going, come on.
I know I'll never make it if I smoke. Mike says that's lots of baloney. He's in training too. Mike's my best friend, and he's a terrific swimmer. As far as Mike's concerned, smoking is okay.
It was just luck. That's all it was. Otherwise, you'd never have beat me.
Luck? Are you kidding? If I hadn't eased up at the finish, you wouldn't have even come close.
Keep smoking those things,
and you won't be able to swim at all.
You keep saying that, but I keep beating you. If smoking so bad, how come I feel so great?
You've only been smoking for a month, that's why. Keep it up, and you'll see.
See what?
Come on. You heard what the coach said. Smoking is bad for your heart, your lungs. It's bad for all sorts of things. And it isn't good for anything, and you know that.
Okay. Nobody's asking you to smoke. I like it, that's all.
How can you like something that can ruin you?
How do you know? You've never even tried it.
No thanks. I couldn't care less about smoking. If the coach says smoking is bad, that's good enough for me. Come on, I'm gonna be late for supper.
I'm Lisa, and I don't smoke. I'm never going to smoke. My mother says it's good for me to feel this way, which is really weird. My mother and father both smoke, especially my mother, and yet both of them are forever telling me not to smoke. They don't have to worry. I hate it. Our whole house smells like a smokestack all the time. Another thing that's weird. I keep asking my parents how come they don't quit. If it's so bad for me, it's got to be bad for them. Like last week, we were talking about it at dinner. As usual, my mother was talking about how she and Dad really should quit smoking. But there's always some kind of reason why they haven't quit. Then my Uncle Ted came in. He's my dad's youngest brother, and I think he's really terrific.
What are you talking about? Hey, hi, and you?
hi.
Just passing by. I took a chance you'd be home.
Oh, would you like some coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. I can only stay a minute. Hey, how's my girl? You haven't got a new fella or anything, have you?
Cigarette? Now, why am I offering you a cigarette? Who knows better than we do that you don't smoke anymore? Unless you've started again, heaven forbid.
No, not me. I hope I never start smoking again. Knock on wood. You know, quitting was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life.
Why is it so hard to stop, Uncle Ted?
Well, I'm not sure. But I guess when you've smoked as long as I had, it becomes such a habit that it's really tough to get along without it. Other people who've stopped say it was real easy, you know. It depends on a lot of different things, I guess.
Your Uncle Ted started smoking when he was your age, Lisa.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why we don't want you to start.
That's right.
But if Uncle Ted can stop smoking, why can't you, Dad?
Oh, I'm gonna quit smoking, one of these days. You'll see.
But you and Mom are always saying that. Smoking is bad for you.
So they say, but I'm not so sure they're not exaggerating in some of the things they say.
You know, that's what I used to say, but I'll tell you one thing. I feel a lot better since I stopped smoking.
You mean smoking was making you sick?
Well, no, not exactly. I think that's what your mother means when she says exaggerating. I didn't really feel sick when I was smoking. I just feel a lot better since I stopped. Know what I mean? Well, never mind. You don't have to worry about it anyway. You're not going to start smoking, and that's the best way of all to stop.
Hey, I never thought of that. If I never start to smoke, I'll never have to stop. Right? So the best way to stop is never to start.
The definitely Canadian. I was like, that kid, the beginning on the baseball field. Is that Canadian? And then I was like, oh yeah, Oxford would license a bunch of stuff and from Canada and show it. And I like that those kids were like, hey, do you have some money for cigarettes? like turning you know, it's not, it's one thing about the health of kids who smoke, but then it's like they all become a bunch of bums who are bumming cigarettes and money for cigarettes, and it's like, ugh, what a pain in the butt. Let's learn about moving goods in the community. Enjoy.
In every community, you can see goods being moved from one place to another.
What does goods mean?
Goods is a name we use for many things. Our food, our clothing, the things we use in our homes are called goods.
Goods are carried on trucks?
Right. There are different kinds of goods and different kinds of trucks to carry them. The trucks take goods to many different places in the community. We're going to see some of those places and find out why they need to have goods brought to them. Of course, we want to remember that trucks are only one of the ways that we use for moving goods. You can also see goods being moved on a train.
There are a lot of different kinds of railroad cars.
Because they have to carry different kinds of goods.
Sometimes you can see the things the train is carrying.
In every community, there are many places that need goods.
You mean like homes?
Hey, there's a truck at my house. Let's go see what they brought.
When we buy something big or heavy, we usually have it delivered on a truck. Trucks deliver goods to many different kinds of homes. Homes in tall apartment buildings, homes in smaller buildings.
Things don't always come on trucks.
No, not always, but usually they do. What are some more things that might be delivered to us? Many of the goods we need can be delivered to homes, but not everything.
We go to a store to get them.
Here's a big store.
A department store.
We can buy many different kinds of goods in a department store.
Do trucks bring all of these things to the store?
Right. Big stores have places called loading docks, where the goods they need are delivered. All of the stores in a community have goods brought to them to be sold. There are many other places that also need goods. For instance, the places where people work to make things.
They're putting up a building. They need things to build it with.
Here's another place where people work to make things.
A factory.
What kind of goods do you think a truck might bring to a factory? These sacks contain plastic material that will be used in making toys. This kind of goods is called raw materials. A factory turns raw materials into goods that we can use.
What's in the boxes?
These are the toys that were made from the raw materials. They're ready to be loaded onto another truck. So we also need trucks to take finished goods away from a factory.
Do they take them to a store now?
Probably not right away. Most likely they'll go to a place called a warehouse. Into the warehouse go trucks carrying goods from many different factories. The goods will be kept here until a store needs them. Then out of the warehouse come big trucks that will take the goods to a store. And from another part of the warehouse come smaller trucks that will take goods directly to people's homes. Some factories use raw materials that are very large and heavy.
They have their own railroad tracks.
Yes, a railroad is a good way to bring heavy materials to a factory.
Now they're unloading the railroad cars.
Can you guess what the factory will make from these materials?
Cars.
That's right. This is an automobile assembly plant.
Where are the cars going?
They're being loaded on special railroad cars to be carried away from the factory. Special trucks are also used to carry automobiles away from the factory. There are many kinds of goods that must be carried on special trucks. Here's another special truck.
Gasoline truck. It's delivering gasoline to the gas station.
Look, he's putting the gasoline into the ground.
Well, not exactly. There's a big tank under the ground that holds the gasoline. Here's another special kind of truck.
What's special about it?
It's a refrigerator truck. That's because it's used to carry meat, and meat will spoil if it's not kept cold. This man is delivering another kind of food that also has to be kept cold. Fruits and vegetables are delivered to the store every day, so they'll be fresh when we buy them. So many kinds of trucks are used to carry goods from one place in the community to another. Trucks may also be used to bring goods from other communities a long distance away. What are some other ways of bringing goods from other communities? There are many ways of moving goods. Some are faster than others. Some are cheaper. Some can handle loads that others cannot. A community needs several kinds of transportation. They work together to bring us the things we need. Most goods must be moved many times before they reach us. This toy truck wouldn't be here if there hadn't been a real truck to bring the raw materials to the factory where it was made.
And when it was done, they put it on another truck. And they took it to a warehouse.
And then away from the warehouse to a store where we can buy it.
Whether we get the things we need at a store or have them delivered to our homes, we all depend on the moving of goods in our community.
Yeah, today was a mixed bag of stuff, but definitely enjoy showing these things to you folks and reading your comments. And we'll be back again tomorrow. What is today? Wednesday? Yeah, so tomorrow, Thursday, we'll be here showing you some more films. And if you like what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button or the like button. This is something that helps. For some reason, my ad revenue from YouTube has dropped to 50% of what it was like a month ago. And I'm not sure why that is, but so what you can do is just say like, hey, we like these guys. And maybe, I don't know, I'm amazed that I made the money that I made, but now I'm like, what happened? I don't know. I don't even know how I made that initial amount of money. So the fact that I'm making half that, I don't know. But anyways, thanks again. And we'll see you tomorrow. You can support us by using the Super Thanks button. Jeremy did that earlier with the puppets. Yeah, spreading the word about what we do helps. But also going, oh, thank you, Richie Ruggs. Get some goods. But thanks so much. And we will see you tomorrow. We'll watch some more films. Maybe a film about hummingbirds. I pulled the film and then I didn't get it threaded up in time. But everybody take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.